It's a primal reflex. For millions of years, human biology has been hardwired to freeze at the sight of a slithering shape. Snakes are apex predators, armed with venom that can stop a human heart with a single, lightning-fast strike. We are built to fear them. Yet, if you look closely at certain communities, you'll see something that completely defies that biological instinct. Devotees approach these exact same deadly creatures, not with weapons, but with absolute devotion. This happens specifically on the 5th day of the lunar month of Shravan, a festival known across the Indian subcontinent as Naag Panchami. This radical transition from terror to reverence is the legacy of an ancient, nearly apocalyptic war between humans and serpents. To trace the origins of this conflict, we have to look back to the epic era of the Mahabharata. It starts with a tragic assassination. King Parikshit, the ruler of the Kuru dynasty, was fatally struck down by the venom of Takshak, the fearsome king of the serpents. When the news reached his son, the young king Janamejaya, his grief morphed into a terrifying wrath. Standing before his court, he made a chilling vow. He would wipe the entire serpent race from the face of the earth. To execute this mass extermination, Janamejaya organized the Sarpa Satra, a colossal, highly destructive fire sacrifice fueled by the darkest magical incantations of his time. The sages gathered around the flames chanted mantras so potent that no snake was safe. It didn't matter if they were hiding deep underground or leagues away. The magic physically compelled them. They were magnetically ripped from the sky and dragged directly into the blistering inferno. Millions of serpents perished in days. Janamejaya's unchecked slaughter pushed past the bounds of simple revenge, threatening the stability of the entire natural world. To understand why this yagna was a universal death sentence, we have to look at how these ancient texts define a Naga. In this worldview, they are highly intelligent, divine forces, born of celestial lineage, not mindless animals. Take the Naga king Vasuki. During the legendary churning of the cosmic ocean to extract the nectar of immortality, Vasuki volunteered his own body to be used as the churning rope. He endured agonizing friction and absorbed a universe-ending poison. In honor of that supreme sacrifice, he was granted an eternal place resting around the neck of Lord Shiva. Then there is Sheshanaga, a cosmic entity who literally represents infinite time. Ancient carvings frequently depict Lord Vishnu, the preserver of the universe, resting peacefully on the massive coils of this multi-headed serpent. The everyday snakes we encounter slithering through the grass are considered the earthly descendants and worldly representatives of these massive cosmic pillars. By attempting to eradicate the Nagas, humanity was unknowingly attacking the very foundations holding the universe together. The flames were roaring, and the serpent race was moments from extinction. That is exactly when a sage named Astika Muni stepped into the sacrificial grounds. He was unique, born to a revered Brahmin father and a Naga mother, carrying the blood of both warring factions. Using profound wisdom and masterful diplomacy, Astika began to praise the king and the gathered scholars. His words were so striking that Janamejaya's blinding rage finally broke. The king granted the sage a boon, and Astika immediately demanded a complete halt to the apocalyptic fire. The day the slaughter ended was the 5th day of the Shravan month. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the surviving Nagas made a cosmic pact. They promised to eternally protect the lineage of anyone who honored them on this specific date. That is the grand epic. But this exact same treaty is echoed in a much smaller, local folktale passed down through generations, showing how a cosmic pact plays out in a humble village. The story goes that a simple farmer was plowing his field when he accidentally crushed and killed a nest of snake hatchlings. When the mother snake returned and found her young dead, she went on a targeted, deadly rampage, biting and killing almost the entire farmer's family in retribution. The only survivor was the farmer's daughter. When the furious mother snake finally cornered her, the brave girl didn't reach out for a weapon. Instead, she slowly offered the serpent a bowl of milk, folded her hands, and sincerely apologized for her father's mistake. The The snake, moved by this gesture, revived the family. Both the grand epic and the humble folktale share the same lesson. It requires immense courage to choose empathy and break a cycle of violence. These ancient treaties dictate the physical rituals practiced today. On Naag Panchami, many households leave their kitchen stoves cold and unlit, a quiet tribute to the day the apocalyptic fires of the yagya were finally extinguished. There is also a strict ban on plowing fields or using sharp tools like sewing needles. Recalling the farmer's tragic accident, people refuse to pierce the soil, ensuring that earth-dwelling serpents remain entirely unharmed. Families also paste printed images of the Nāgas, the 8 major serpent deities, on their front doorways. These images act as mystical guardians, placed there to ward off lightning, fire, and calamity. This chart shows the astrological side of the festival. When all 7 major celestial bodies are trapped entirely on one side of an axis formed by the lunar nodes, represented as the head and tail of a serpent, it creates the Kal Sarp dosh. Believers view this as a fearful alignment that stalls a person's destiny, and Naag Panchami is considered the most effective day to pacify that cosmic knot. These traditions are the repetitive enactments of an ancient peace treaty, turning everyday homes into spaces of ecological and cosmic mindfulness. Which brings us to the most famous and perhaps most misunderstood ritual of the entire festival, the offering of milk to a deadly venomous creature. To be clear, this act is not about biologically feeding an animal. According to the texts, pouring milk over a serpent or its idol is a spiritual abhishek, a sacred bathing and cooling ritual. The symbolism here is profound. Milk represents pure, cooling, and nurturing energy. By offering it, devotees are enacting a physical prayer to soothe the serpent's fiery venom, calm its ancient anger, and stabilize its destructive cosmic power. The festival suggests a difficult internal shift. When the objects of our deepest fears are met with respect and compassion, those exact threats can transform into our greatest protectors.